week on CWN, our winter drumline are state champions.
And more science labs have been conducted. I'm Kendall.
I'm Nathan. Today is Saturday, April 9th, 2022. And you're watching Calallen Wildcat News Weekly Review.
And once again, we are back here for another week on KRISTV News.
Yes, Kendall, and it's great to see that the outreach is growing. As a matter of fact, I was just talking to some people over across the tracks in Sinton, and they're saying they watch the show every Saturday. So shout out to Mr. Liao if you're watching. Thanks for watching the show.
And let's start off with physics. Mrs. Burkhart's pre-AP physics class conducted a Renaissance lab last week where they used tuning forks and water to figure out more information on certain frequencies. Let's take it over to Cooper for the run-on on that lab.
Hi, I'm here with Ms. Burkhart, who did a physics lab today. What did y'all do?
Well, we did a lab using resonance to find the speed of sound. So resonance can create beautiful sounds in guitar strings and all of our instruments, but it also can break a wine glass and cause destruction. So it was really interesting to find the speed of sound, and then they're also finding it a second way and trying to see if their answer was, close to that value.
Well, that was neat. I watched them do it. They had tuning forks, and it got really loud. So if they did it right, all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all from here. Back to the studio.
Moving on to chemistry, the chemistry classes conducted a s'mores lab. Here's Miss Brandon for more information on what all her students did during the lab and to find out more on its purpose.
All right, today we're looking at what limiting and excess reactants are in a chemical equation by building s'mores. They need 2 graham crackers, they need 2 chocolate chips, and 1 mini marshmallow to make 1 s'more. And their bag of s'mores goodies is not always equal. And so they have to determine what the limiting factor is and what the excess factor is in the chemical equation. So they do it by balancing the equation and then determining how much of each element they have. They get to eat their s'mores.
On that s'mores lab with AP Kim and Miss Johns, any lab that the pre-AP kids get to do, I do get to take part in. So that was really nice. It was definitely a tasty lab.
There's usually not that much science involved whenever I make s'mores. It's more like I just put it in the fire, and I'm one of those guys that lets it get to like that, pretty charred level of burnt on the s'mores.
Absolutely not.
That's me, I like it.
And the pre-AP chemistry classes also conducted a magnesium lab recently. Let's take it over to Kate, who caught up with student Kaylee Larson for more.
Good morning, Wildcats. I'm here with Kaylee. She's in chemistry right now. They're doing the magnesium strip lab. So, Kaylee, can you just tell me a little bit about what y'all doing in there?
So we're trying to find the percent yield. So basically what we do, we calculate the mass of the magnesium and then what it's supposed to be, what we should get, and then we burn it and we figure out what we actually get, and we find the percent of the reaction that's right and not right.
All right. Well, being in there, it's pretty interesting. It kind of makes a miniature flashbang, so it's all in good fun. So that's all from us. Now back to the studio.
Last Saturday, the winter drumline competed in their state UAL competition and took first place, making them state champions. We spoke to Mr. Goodman about the win. Here's Maddie for more.
Hi, it's Maddie with KRISTV, and I'm here with Mr. Goodman. So the drumline went to state championships. Can you tell me how that went for y'all?
Well, it's an excellent outing for us. The drumline placed first by all 4 judges in our class, so we placed first and won the state title this Saturday.
And I know y'all have been working really hard for this, so how do you feel like to come out and win?
Well, it's an incredible end to a great season. We ended up the season undefeated, and we ended with one of those performances for the record book. The students really brought it, and it's one of those that we're always going to remember here from years on out, that the 2022 edition of Calallen Drumline really brought it and peaked at state championships. And the good thing about the middle school group, they got the highest score of the day. So we're talking 40-plus groups off of high school drum lines, high school color guards, middle school groups. The middle school group actually got the highest score in the entire day in the entire state championships.
And I know y'all been working really hard for this, so how do you feel to come out and win?
I feel so proud of the students. They've come a long way this season, and they had the best performance at the very end, so we're just so incredibly proud, and they did an excellent job this year.
Okay, well, thank you. Now that's all from us. Now back to the studio.
And Emma interviewed Mrs. Morris for more information on EOC testing that went on during this week. Let's go ahead and send it over to them for the rundown.
Hi, I'm Emma, and I'm here with Miss Morris. So, Miss Morris, you're the testing coordinator for the district. Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. So the district testing coordinator is just, I don't want to say in charge of all testing, but basically really my job is to facilitate and support you all and make sure test days go smoothly. Honestly, no one likes the word testing, or that's not anyone's favorite thing to do. So I really made it my goal just to make sure to organize a lot and work hard in advance to prepare everything in the background and support the campus coordinators so that, it's a little less heart-wrenching on test day, and so it goes smoothly for you all to have successful test days.
And this past week, we had our English 1 and 2 EOC tests. Were there any problems that you encountered, and if so, how did you resolve them?
Well, luckily, most people know that there have been huge problems in the past, especially, or not every year, but in some years, with the whole system just crashing. Luckily, nothing like that happened this past week. We were very lucky and fortunate, and we have great tech staff, and our technology was ready. Just a few little glitches here and there where, someone might get kicked out, but we log them right back in and they're fine. It saves your answers. So those were just, very minor, and it was quiet and smooth. So I'm very thankful for that. And I feel like all of the kids worked really hard. So it seemed like it went well.
All right, thank you. And that's all from us. Now back to the studio.
I can definitely say, Nathan, I'm very glad we didn't have to take those EOC tests. They're out of the way. As seniors, we didn't get to come until 1. That was really nice.
It sure is nice. One Eye Play had their area competition last weekend, and Sally did not advance, but still continued to put on an incredible show. Here's Jonathan, who spoke to the theater director, Miss Liao, for her thoughts on the outcome. Let's check it out.
I'm Jonathan Lara from Calallen TV, and I'm here with Miss Liao Ramirez. Can you please tell me what recently happened in One Act Play?
Oh, well, we recently competed at the area competition at Del Mar College on Saturday, but unfortunately we did not advance out of area. So we are no longer competing, and our One Act Play season has ended.
Did you get any rewards?
Oh, we got 3 awards. Yes, Nathaniel Velasco got the All-Star Tech Award. Esperanza Lopez was All-Star Cast. And then Aaron Krizak also got Best Performer. And when you think about the area competition, essentially the way to look at it is we were in the last 48 schools in the entire state. So it's a pretty big accomplishment, even though we weren't able to make it on to regionals. But, I'm still super proud of the kids. We did a great job. We had a great time. It's just kind of bittersweet that it's all kind of come to an end.
Did you feel proud about the outcome of the season?
Very proud of them. This is the furthest they've gone in several years from what I understand. So we had only been to Bi District with me being here. This is my 4th year here. So getting to area was a huge accomplishment, and I am super proud of the seniors who had set that goal, and we have accomplished that goal. And hopefully the incoming seniors, the juniors today, will make the next goal set for next year's One Act season, and will accomplish that as well.
And the last blood drive was on Wednesday. Hopefully all of the seniors got to finish up their blood cord, and the juniors got to get their first donation towards it. Curtis spoke to Mr. Gonzalez about it. Let's check it out.
Good morning, Wildcats. This is me, Curtis, and I'm out here at the blood buses, at the blood drive. It's always a good idea. It's always important to give blood, because one time you go give blood saves 3 people's lives. So it's always a good thing to do. And for seniors, it's the last time you get to do this here at the school. So if you've already given blood, I think you have to give blood 3 times to get your cord. So if you've already given blood twice, it's the last time you get to do it in order to earn your red cord for graduation. And I'm here with Mr. Sean Gonzalez. He's a worker out here on the blood buses. With what you're doing is going to such a big cause. I've heard every one giving saves 3 lives per person. So how do you feel about what you're doing?
Oh, I truly believe in what we're doing. I can assure you that the blood that we collect daily is used. None of it is rarely wasted. And we love to be out here at Calallen because we always have a great turnout. The Wildcat country here is always good with the blood center.
So thank you for all of that you're doing, and that's all from us. Now back to the studio.
And we are now on to week 3 of GP student reports. And I gotta say, it's really cool to get to include GP and get to see what's going on over there across the bridge. I've really enjoyed watching it.
Definitely, it really has been. I like to see the little mix-up of what's going on and what's not. It's really nice.
Definitely. Well, let's go ahead and take it to yet another weekly GP student report.
Hello everyone, I'm your host today, Eric Garcia, and here's what's been happening recently at GP. Congrats to the choir groups for your hard work and dedication, and an extra special thank you to Terry Jacobson and Miss Pareda for their combined work with the students.
We worked hard and we got it, and I know I'm very proud of everybody, and yeah, I'm sad to leave, but you know.
Coach Richard Ouellette was named the High School Teacher of the Year. He received his award at last week's Teacher of the Year banquet, during which videos for the nominees from every campus were shown.
He was definitely proud of himself, and he knew that all the accomplishments in his teaching career have led up to this moment.
GPTV students were in attendance to see their work on the big screen.
It really does bring a smile to the teacher who won the award's face, and seeing everybody at the banquet light up when they see themselves on screen and hearing about all their accomplishments just makes me feel good.
And now on to sports. First is powerlifting. On Saturday, March 19th, the girls' powerlifting team was represented at state by Lainey Bustos, Abigail Moreno, and Fernanda Vasquez.
You compete against yourself more than you compete against others, and that makes you, I guess, more confident in yourself.
The girls' soccer team beat McAllen Memorial 4-2 in overtime this weekend. This win put the team into a regional qualifying tournament being played at Cabinets Field this weekend.
We know that Dripping Springs is a really good team and that we need to keep composure and play as hard as we can to tire them out. And once we have accomplished what we wanted to do, we just need to go at it and try to score as many goals, and if we can, score as many goals as we can.
That's all the Wildcat news for this week's GPTV Student Report. If you liked what you saw, check out the 2 QR codes at the bottom of the screen that are linked to our GPTV Facebook and Vimeo pages, or visit gptvvideos.com. Thank y'all and have a nice week.
You know, Nathan, it's really cool to see their sports. They're rocking over there, just like over here. Can't wait to see the, future reader, to see where they go.
And not just sports, but across the board, GP really setting a high standard for education and student involvement, and they're doing really well.
Definitely. And now we're going to take it over to Aaron with the Rundown on Sports.
And thank you, anchors, and good morning, Wildcats, and a super good job to the Lady Cats over there in GP going to the regional tournament, and as well, our Lady Cats are going to the regional tournament. They had a nice send-off on Thursdays to support them in their travels. Emma spoke to Coach Love about the regionals tournament. Let's hear from them with more.
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm here with Coach Love. So last Friday you had a game against Hidalgo. Do you feel like it met your expectations for your team?
I think it was a good competition for us. So we started off and we weren't able to just necessarily put those goals in the back of net as quick as we had been. So I think that was good for us to just kind of get into a different rhythm of what we looked like. But I also thought defensively we looked really good. As I was watching film over what we looked like, our shape in the back looked really good. We had some times when we went forward coming out of the back, which is huge for us as well. And so just kind of trying to string those things together and putting it all together in one point. And that's what we're kind of needing to do.
And this upcoming Friday, you have a game against Wimberley. And I know last season they put up some really good competition. How are you preparing for this game?
I think the biggest thing that we're trying to prepare for this game is just continuing to go back to the basics. So that ball mastery, the volleys, the passing, possession game, and then obviously putting shots on net and then defending and really focusing in on what we look like defending and then how we're going to attack and that sort of stuff. So just going back to the basics, and we know how to play soccer, and now it's just fine-tuning those things and just seeing what we can do.
And if you win the game on Friday, when and where do you play next?
So if we win the game on Friday, it looks like that we would probably play either Bernie or Santa Gertrudis, whoever wins out of that game. We will also play still there in McAllen at that same stadium, and it would be at noon on Saturday.
All right, thank you. And that's all from us. Now back to the studio.
Our softball pitcher, Brianna Ford, recorded her 400th strikeout in their win against Zapata down in Zapata. We spoke to her. Let's hear from her now.
Hi, it's Maddie with Calallen TV. I'm here with Brianna Ford. So y'all had a game against Zapata on Friday. Can you tell me how that went for y'all?
It went really well. We definitely showed us to some of our weaknesses and what we need to get better at.
And I know you hit 400 career strikeouts. Can you tell me how you feel about that?
I feel really good. Something that I've been waiting all year to happen, but it's not the end of time. Like, I still have to do more and get more.
And y'all have a game coming up tomorrow. Can you tell me who that is against and where is that?
We play TM here at 7, and it's also Teacher Appreciation Night, so come out.
Okay, well, thank you. Now that's all from us. Now back to the studio.
Our softball team played this last week in a heated rivalry versus TM where they played a phenomenal game. That game was also Teachers Appreciation Night. We talked to Coach Lentz about the game and all that happened. Let's hear from her.
My name's Natalia Sanchez with Calallen TV. I'm here with Coach Lentz, and we know that you had a game against TM, our biggest rival, and Teachers Appreciation Night. Can you tell me how that went?
Yes, so last night we had Teacher Appreciation Night. We had a great turnout. It was really nice to honor the teachers, and we really wanted to give them a moment and thank them for everything they do, not just for our softball girls, but for everyone. And I thought it was really special for the girls to choose a teacher of their choice to come out and to be appreciated. So that was really special. But to answer your other question, yeah, we played TM. It was a great turnout. They came out ready to go. And they had the lead for 1-0 for most of the game. Our girls fought back. We ended up, making it 5-2 going into the seventh. But we just struggled doing what we need to do, taking care of the little things and making the routine plays. So, we're going to use that, use last night's loss and use what happened and get better and work harder. And, I definitely know that if anybody's going to be able to learn from this, it's us, and make sure that we take care of it so that we're prepared for the future come playoffs, come district against the wall.
Well, you heard it from me and Coach Lentz. That's all from us. Now back to the studio.
That game was really close all the way through, and it was just at the end that it slipped away from them. Our baseball team played TM as well, where they came out on top 4-0. We spoke to Justin Lampkin on his side of the game. Let's hear from him now.
Hi, it's Maddie with Calallen TV. I'm here with Justin Lampkin, a face you're all familiar with. You got another shutout against TM last night. How many shutouts is that this season?
So far every game it's been a shutout.
And I know the team has started to come up and start scoring. How do you feel about the team supporting you and having your back?
When they get up there and score runs, especially early in the game, when I get up there, it just helps me relax, and it just kind of eases me a little bit and helps me do better.
And can you say y'all's teamwork has progressed and gone farther this season?
Yes, it has. When I'm up there on the mound, it's not just me. Teammates are making great plays on defense, helping with those shutouts, and just overall everybody's helping out. And as you can see, we're getting the wins, so it's all working.
Okay, well, thank you. Now that's all from us. Now back to the studio.
Mia spoke to Coach Radford about the tennis team's recent district meet and the results, especially Jacob Carr's advancement to regionals. Let's hear from them.
Hi, my name is Mia. I'm here at Calallen TV, and I'm here with Coach Radford. And Coach Radford is the tennis team coach, and the tennis team had a district tournament. So can you give me a little bit more info about it?
Sure. So the JV and freshmen played this past Monday at Tolosa Midway, and our girls came out on top. They're the freshman district champions, so I'm real proud of that. Our boys are the runner-up team champions, and our JV in both girls and boys.
So I know that Jacob Carr did really well, meaning he's going to advance. What are some things that he can do to prepare, and what are some things you want to tell him?
Well, we also had our varsity district tournament in Zapata this past Wednesday, Thursday, where our varsity competed to try to go to regionals. As a result, we got second as a team overall, so I'm real proud of the team. We've been working for this since July. Individually, Jacob Carr did qualify in boys singles. He'll be going to regionals on April 13th, 14th. He's a second-year regional qualifier, and he's only a sophomore, so real proud of him. If he'll just trust in his practices, he works hard as it is, which is evident. He's beat some really big players within our district as well as outside of our district. So, if he keeps working like he is, trusts in his practices, we've got 2 weeks to prepare. I think he's going to do well, and his future is bright being only a sophomore, so we're real excited about Jacob.
That's definitely really amazing. Now that's all for me. Now back to the studio.
Our Lady Cat track team performed absolutely stellar in Alice at their last track meet. They were the meet champions. There was a lot of personal best and season best. They're feeling really good about their district track meet coming this next Wednesday and Thursday here at home. And that's the latest on Calallen Sports. Let's send it back to the anchors.
Well, thank you very much, Aaron.
Yeah, and by the way, we have a lot of people that watch the show, and that's awesome. And one more thing that you can watch if you want to check out some pretty good broadcasting. Not to brag, but I do know the guy pretty well. I myself do broadcast the games on Tuesdays at 7, the Calallen Wildcat baseball games. They're really good. We just called a really good one the other day against TM. So if you want to check those out, that's going to be Tuesdays at 7. You can watch them live on Calallen TV at YouTube. And also, we do have a big track meet coming up here, and so we'll be bringing you updates on that into the next week. And good luck to all the athletes.
Absolutely.
Well, now let's take it to Jolie with today's weather forecast. What's in store for us today, Jolie?
Thank you, anchors, and good morning, Wildcats. Today's weather is brought to you by Sonic, America's Drive-In. Outside, it is 68 degrees with a 1% chance of rain and those south winds blowing at 11 miles per hour. As our day continues, our temperatures are rising to the mid-high 80s, with those winds blowing in, cooling us down just a little bit, and before they drop back down to the mid-70s, those winds still blowing from the south-southeast. Finishing out our weekend, our temperatures are remaining fairly consistent in the low mid-80s. No chance of rain, and we see those winds coming from the south-southeast. They are blowing hard, guys. Make sure you're holding onto your hats. There are 41 days until graduation. Let's send it back to the anchors.
Well, thank you very much, Jolie. Sadly, I do not want those wins, but, you know, that's okay.
Ponytails are a girl's best friend.
I know.
I do not know about this topic, so I'm going to stay out of it. That's all we have for you today, but now it's time for your joke of the day. So, guys, why don't polar bears get married?
I don't know, Nathan, why?
They all have cold feet.
And for all of you social people out there, make sure you are following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Calallen TV for all of the latest updates. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube to catch all of our latest videos.
And as always,
stay classy, Calallen.